If your child has ever been prescribed antibiotics and suddenly developed diarrhea, this video is for you. Because antibiotic-associated diarrhea isn't rare, it's common. But the good news, there's strong research showing we can significantly reduce the risk if we choose the right probiotic at the right time. And today, I'm going to break down the science in a way that actually makes sense, so you feel confident, not confused. Hi, I'm Emma Sutherland, clinical naturopath, author, mum, and your host. With over 20 years in clinical practice, I've helped thousands of women and their families transform their health using evidence-based integrative strategies. Today, we're talking about antibiotics, diarrhea, probiotics, and what the research really says. Antibiotic-associated diarrhea, or AAD, occurs in 11 to 62% of children who take antibiotics. That's a huge range. Why? Well, because antibiotics don't just kill the bad bacteria, they disrupt the entire gut ecosystem. Here's what happens. Beneficial bacteria are wiped out. Opportunistic microbes can overgrow. Carbohydrate digestion is impaired, and water balance in the bowel shifts. The result? Loose stools, urgency, abdominal pain, and sometimes children refusing food altogether. Let's go straight to the evidence. The most recent Cochrane collaboration systematic review analysed 33 randomised controlled trials in children aged 0 to 17. They found that 11% fewer children developed diarrhea when probiotics were taken alongside the antibiotics. That's clinically meaningful, but, and this is critical, not all probiotics worked equally well. The strains with the strongest evidence were Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG and Saccharomyces boulardii. That's why any probiotic off the shelf often isn't enough. Let's zoom in on Saccharomyces boulardii because this is the strain I use a lot in clinic. S. boulardii is actually a beneficial yeast, not a bacteria. It's very resistant to antibiotics. It's able to bind pathogens and toxins. So let's discuss one of the most important studies we have on probiotics and antibiotic-associated diarrhea in children, because this one really helps answer the question parents always ask me: which probiotic actually works? This paper is a meta-analysis, which means the researchers didn't just look at one small study. They analysed multiple high-quality human trials together to find consistent patterns. It involved over 6,350 children. Specifically, they looked at children who were prescribed antibiotics, whether giving probiotics at the same time reduced diarrhea, and crucially, which probiotic strains made the real difference. This matters because meta-analysis sit at the top of the evidence hierarchy. Here's the headline you can share confidently from this meta-analysis. The research has found that probiotics can reduce antibiotic-associated diarrhea in children, but only when specific strains were used. The strongest and most consistent benefits were seen with Saccharomyces boulardii and Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG. Other probiotics either had mixed results or didn't show reliable benefit at all. This is why I'm always so particular about strain selection in clinic. Probiotics were most effective when they were started early, ideally when the antibiotics were started, not weeks later once problems had already started. This reinforces what many of us see clinically. Strain specificity matters. But what about the dose, the timing of the probiotic dose, and the practical use? This is where parents often get stuck. So let me simplify it. Dose. The minimum effective dose in children is 5 billion CFU, colony forming units, per day, with many studies using 10 billion. Timing. Start the probiotic as close as possible to the first antibiotic dose. Put a space of 2 hours between the two. This reduces the risk of the antibiotics affecting the probiotics And this is one reason why Probiotic performs so well, because it's less sensitive to the effect of antibiotics than other strains. When it comes to duration, continue taking probiotics during the antibiotic course and for at least 14 days afterwards. So to all the parents watching right now, here's what I want you to take away. If antibiotics are prescribed, assume gut support is needed. Don't wait for the symptoms to occur. The second thing is choose strain-specific probiotics, not generic blends. Look for Probiotic and LGG. Third, dose matters. Aim between 5 and 10 billion CFU daily. And the timing needs to be 2 hours away from the antibiotics. Also support your child's gut with foods like oats, chia and banana, bone broth, lots of hydration and whole foods during that recovery period. As we know, antibiotics can be life-saving, but they don't come without consequences. The research is clear. Probiotics reduce the risk of diarrhea. Strain selection matters and timing matters. And when parents understand the why, they make better decisions. Thank you so much for being with me today. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button below. Check out the links in the show notes for more health empowering information.